Hello. In this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to register for MyStatLab, which is where you're going to complete your homework online. I want you to notice that in this Blackboard session, I'm looking at a specific business statistics course, specifically CRN 13750. Right? This may look very familiar to yours, but I am teaching multiple sections of business statistics as well as just regular statistics. So please verify what course you're in, and then let's find the course ID that we'll need to register for this class in MyStatLab. So within your syllabus, which you can access by clicking on the syllabus link on the left-hand navigation and then clicking on this syllabus link to give you the PDF of the syllabus, you can see that this syllabus is specific to CRN 13750 for this class. So if you're in a different class, then your course ID that you're going to find by scrolling down and finding MyStatLab, in this instance, the course ID is Overton 20538. Your course ID may be different, as well as the course name in MyStatLab. So please find your appropriate MyStatLab information because we're going to need it a little bit later. In this case, Overton 20538 or whatever your course ID is from your syllabus. Now, go to course content now and access the Start Here content folder. And there's a lesson outline that has an attachment with instructions on how to register for MyStatLab. So if you're not watching this video, then hopefully you're following the instructions in the attached file there. But notice, if you click on that handout, this handout is specific once again to a specific course, right? So verify that your course name that you noted as well as the course ID is the same as what you found in the syllabus. And notice the first step to registering for the course in MyStatLab is to access Pearson, Mylab, and Mastering.com. So we're going to do that. Now, Pearson, Mylab, and Mastering is called that because this is really the landing page for a full suite of Pearson products like MyMathLab, MyStatLab, Mastering Chemistry, Mastering Biology, on and on and on. And from here, we're going to register for MyStatLab using the course ID that you noted from the syllabus. So you're going to find the registration section here, the register section, and click on Student. Now, below they ask you, are you ready? Do you have these three things that you're going to need? Do you have an email address? Well, hopefully you do. I mean, you all have DMAC email addresses by being students of DMAC. Do you have the course ID from your instructor? And now you do because you've copied it from the syllabus. You've noted it from, the handout that you saw in the Start Here content folder in Blackboard. And then finally, do you have a student access code that came with your textbook? And if you don't, do you have a credit card to purchase a student access code? Now, I want to make a couple notes here. First of all, if you don't have a textbook yet, get one. Get one from the Urban Campus Bookstore because they have them bundled with student access codes. If you bought or maybe you rented a textbook that didn't come with a student access code, then you will have to purchase one separately, which comes at a greater cost. The access code by itself is about $80 when you purchase it by credit card directly from Pearson. Now, if you're waiting for financial aid and it's not going to be coming in a little bit, you do have the option when they prompt you for the access code a little bit later to request a temporary 17-day trial period where you'll be able to keep up with the homework and get things in on time. But after the 17 days are up, then you'll be prompted for a student access code and they will not let you continue until you provided this valid student access code. So you do have that option. Next, email. If you've ever used a Pearson product in the past, MyMathLab, Mastering Chemistry, Mastering Biology, whatever, if you've already established a Mylab and mastering username, you're going to use that same email, that same username for MyStatLab. All right? Don't create a separate account for MyStatLab. Use the existing one that you already have. If you've never used a MyStatLab or MyLab or any Pearson Mylab or mastering product, then you'll be given the option of creating one. So if you have these three things ready, click OK, register now. Now, the course ID that you copied from the syllabus. Go ahead and enter that there. Yours may be different, remember. Just go ahead and click continue. And now verify this is the correct course, this is the correct instructor. And now, if you've already established a Pearson username and password, input it now. If you don't remember it, click on the forgot your username and password. Do not create a new account if you already have one. Even if you don't remember it, you may be like, I don't remember it, I don't even know what it could possibly be. Or maybe the email address that's associated with it is long expired and it's history. It doesn't matter. If it's there, do not create a separate Pearson account. Because if you do, then you're going to have two accounts pointing to the same person. And eventually you're going to get to a point where you're going to have completed a lot of homework. And then you're going to look and notice it's gone. And you're going to ask me, Joel, did you get it recorded? I'm like, get what recorded? You don't have anything completed. And you're going to tell me, but I've done all my homework, but it's telling me I haven't. But I remember I got it all done. When I start researching this a little bit, I'm going to notice what's happened. And if that's happened, I'm going to refer you to the Pearson, tech help people. And I'm going to have you work with them to sort it out. But secretly, I'm going to resent the hell out of you. So please don't do that. If for no other reason, if you lose that and it's after the due date, I'm not going to accept any excuses about this. If it's after the due date, you'll only be eligible for half credit. And plus, you'll have to redo it all over again. So just save yourself that pain. So if you already have a Pearson account, go ahead and use the existing username and password, or click that forgot username or password. If you create a new one, it's just a standard interface where they ask you, give me an email address. Make sure you type your email address correctly. Misspellings are one of the most common ways people mess this up. And if you do that, once again, I'm going to refer you on to tech support with Pearson Education, but secretly I'm going to resent you. You'll be given the option of inputting your own username. They'll give you suggestions if it's already taken. And then password, your first name, last name, security question, challenge information, that kind of things. Now, after you've created your own account, the next page you'll go to is where they prompt you for the student access code. So you'll input the student access code, or you'll have an opportunity to purchase one by credit card by purchasing it directly from Pearson at about $80 to $90. Or there'll be like a checkbox or an option somewhere where you can specify that you want to use the 17-day trial period while you wait for money, or you wait for a book or a student access code or whatever. And that's how you register for MyStatLab. Look for another video where I walk you through the options that are available to you and give you sort of a quick tour of MyStatLab and how to perform the homework.